For this morning, Jesus is telling us another story to teach us something about the nature of God, who God is, how God acts, and what God desires in this world. What the kingdom of God should look like. The kingdom of God that we are all praying and doing what we can as a church to bring to this earth. As I said last week, we usually find that that's something about God's kingdom and about who God is, the character of God, in that part of the story that takes us by surprise, shocks us, makes us say, "Really, Jesus? Come on." It's not difficult to find that moment in this morning's lesson. But to fully understand it, we need to know something about the background of the audience of this parable. The Pharisees. They were notorious for believing and teaching some very bad theology. And it's not so hard for us to imagine or to understand this theology, for it might be what we call TV evangelist theology, or the prosperity gospel, or the health and wealth gospel, I've heard it called. It means that we can find favor with God by doing certain things, or giving to certain things. Whether it is by living a pure and holy life, or by giving generously to God through a seed offering to the name and address displayed on the television set. And then you can just wait for God to pour out God's blessing. God will bless you with health and with wealth. In fact, if you give regularly to their ministry, not only can you expect maybe to receive an autographed copy in the mail of their new book, but you can expect to maybe get some unexpected checks in the mail. You would not only feel good that you're supporting such a great ministry, but you may also be healed of your disease or your disability. So here's the thing. You have a lot of money, you have a great stock portfolio of good retirements and growing investments, then you're blessed. You're living from one disability check to the next, not blessed. You have plenty of food. You never go to bed hungry. You have nice clothes, a nice car, blessed. You're on food stamps. You wear well-worn, old-fashioned clothes. You drive a broken-down Jeep, or worse, you have to take the bus. Not blessed. You have great health care, a low copay and deductible. You have access to great doctors. You're blessed. You have no insurance. You can't remember your last physical. Not so blessed. Nice home? Blessed. Live in subsidized housing? Not blessed. Healthy and fit. Training to run a 5K? Blessed. Sick. In a wheelchair. Homebound. Unblessed. The sick and the poor, well, they must not be living right. They've made some poor decisions in life, obviously, somewhere down the road. Hate to say it, but some of them probably deserve their plight. The healthy and the wealthy, the well-fed and the well-fixed, well, evidently, they've been living right. They've made some really good decisions, some wise decisions, and because of that, they have caught the eye of God and have found some divine favor. The poor, the sick, the disabled, they've evidently caught the eye of God too. And because of that belief, the Pharisees kept the poor and the sick and the hungry at a distance, outside of their circle of friends. And they did everything they could do to keep a very large gap between them. The poor were never invited into their home. And they cringed each time one of them would stumble into the synagogue. So Jesus tells a story. There was a rich man from a big family who was well-dressed, well-fed, well-off. And of course lived in an exclusive gated community. And right outside of that gate was this poor, hungry, and sick man named Lazarus. Lazarus would look through the gate and dream of being able to eat just the leftovers scraps from the rich man's table. The only attention and care that he received were from the neighborhood dogs who came and licked his wounds. How unblessed is that? Well, one day both men died. After all, that's what men do. They die. All men die, and all the money, all the good fortune in the world cannot prevent it. So no surprise there. But hold on, because here it comes. The poor man, the man who was seemingly blessed, not so much in this life, is carried away by the angels to be with Father Abraham. And by this time, you know it's really coming. You can almost feel it. That's something that grabs you and says, this is what God's kingdom is all about. The rich man who had a stellar reputation in the community, the one who was seemingly very blessed in life, the one who always bragged to his friends down at the synagogue and in Sabbath school how good God had been to him, how blessed he was, found himself being tormented in Hades. Come on, Jesus. Really? Really, Jesus? He looks up and sees Abraham with Lazarus at his side and cries out, Father Abraham, it's hot as Hades down here. Please send Lazarus to visit me with just a drop of water. Abraham responds, it's too late. Too late. You're no longer able to be comforted. Besides, now there is this chasm, this gate, this wall separating you from us and us from you. And it's been fixed. Now, isn't that ironic? In life, the rich man who separated himself, who kept his distance, who segregated and protected himself from the likes of people like Lazarus, is now eternally separated from him. And he's not able to do a thing in the world about it. Okay, he says, if I'm not able, my 5 brothers who are living are still very able. Please send Lazarus to warn them so that they will not join me in this God-forsaken place. Abraham responds, well, they've already been warned in the scriptures. But Abraham, look, I know my brothers. And I'm afraid that none of them, not one of the 5 are very good at Bible studies. But if someone rises from the grave, comes back from the dead, then they might listen. No, says Abraham, if they're not willing to listen to Moses and the prophets, neither will they be convinced if someone rises from the dead. Did you hear that? Did you hear? Jesus is not speaking to the Pharisees here, is he? Or only the Pharisees. Jesus is speaking to crowds of people gathered almost 2,000 years later who proclaim to know someone who has indeed rose from the dead. Too late for the rich man. He's no longer able to change his theology, change his heart, change his view of the hungry and the poor and those who beg on the streets. He's no longer able to tear down the wall that divides him from the poor and begin building bridges. And although his 5 brothers are able to change, we learn the sad and the scary truth that they are simply unwilling who has been raised from the dead, the risen Christ himself. So the frightening question is, not are you able, but are you willing? Are we willing to change our theology, our hearts, and our actions? Are we willing to tear down the walls that divide us from others, especially those who are living in poverty, those who are hungry, and build some bridges? Yes, we hear bad theology all the time. We turn on our TV sets and listen to those TV preachers. But we also hear it every day. Sometimes it comes right out of our very own mouths. When someone compliments us, telling us what a nice home we have, what a nice car we drive, what nice clothes we wear, what a beautiful family we have, we oftentimes respond how we think good Christians who go to church ought to respond. Well, the Lord's really been good to me. Even if somebody says something about the weight that we put on, we say, oh, the Lord's been good to me. The Lord's really blessed me. And we may even believe that by responding in such a manner, we might coax God into blessing us some more, if we give God the credit for it. Through the story of the rich man and Lazarus, Jesus says that our wealth and our health are not signs that we have been blessed. They are not signs that we are God's favorites. In fact, those things may be some of the bricks in the wall that separates us from those who are poor, sick, hungry, differently able. And according to Jesus, if we do not do something about it, that wall, that chasm, will eternally separate us from God. When someone is doing the best they can to make ends meet, they're struggling to put food on the table and keep the lights on and the water flowing, when they hear someone who has it all say something like, yes, the Lord's really been good to me, the Lord has really blessed me, what are they to think? What else can they think except obviously for some reason God is not blessing me? So should those of us with good jobs, with good retirement plans, with nice homes and a clean bill of health, thank God for what we have? Well, absolutely. But should we ever interpret those nice things as a sign that God has somehow looked down on us and blessed us? Given us a nod and a wink, a pat on the back? Jesus says absolutely not. It was a week before Hurricane Katrina paralyzed the Gulf Coast, when a young mother went into labor 10 days before her due date. Although she needed a C-section, she delivered a healthy boy in a New Orleans hospital. She was discharged from the hospital with the boy, and when before the hurricane actually came, she was able to relocate or evacuate, and she's now relocated, but moved to Houston to live with some friends. So they all got out of there safely. She later interpreted having that baby 10 days early as a sign of God's divine favor. She said God knew that if the baby was born on his due date, we would have not been able to get to the hospital. So God made my baby come early. Now there's no doubt in my mind that she should thank God that baby came early. However, Jesus says that she needs to be very careful how she interprets and shares that story. For without knowing it, she may be building a wall, a chasm between her and someone else. For example, what does a New Orleans father think whose baby did not come early? Whose wife was unable to go to the hospital also because of the flood, and because of that, lost not only the baby, but he lost his wife too. Did God favor one family over the other? Jesus said absolutely not. And if you think that because of your good fortune in life you're blessed, one day you might find yourself asking someone who was less fortunate than you in life for a sip of water. Jesus also put it this way: the sun shines on the good and the evil, and the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike. One day Luke says that Jesus cried out, "How often have I desired to gather everyone together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings, but you were not willing." The question for us this morning is, are we willing? Are we willing to be gathered under the wings of grace and see all people, rich and poor, well-fed and underfed, abled and differently abled, those like us and those very different from us, as our sisters and our brothers? Are we willing to start building bridges? Or will we just keep putting another brick in the wall? The good news for us is, unlike the rich man in our story, it's not too late. We're able. We're more than able. The question is, are we willing? Let us pray together. Oh God, while we are still more than able, make us more than willing to follow you wherever you lead us, to whomever you lead us to. In the name of Christ we pray. Amen. Now here's